Have you ever felt a sudden chill run through your body? That strange, almost electric sense that someone you love, someone who's no longer here, might still be near you? Maybe you've brushed it off as coincidence, a trick of the mind. But what if those moments aren't random at all? What if they're messages, signs meant to guide or protect you? Today, we're diving into something deeply personal and often misunderstood. The idea that loved ones who've passed away can still reach out, not through words, but through moments, feelings, and subtle energies that whisper rather than shout. If you've ever sensed something you couldn't explain, this might be exactly what you were meant to hear. When someone we love leaves this world, it can feel like a door slams shut. But what if that door isn't locked? Many spiritual traditions, from ancient teachings to modern psychology, suggest that love, true love, doesn't end with a heartbeat. It shifts form. It becomes memory, intuition, and presence. People often report feeling a sudden warmth, smelling a familiar scent, hearing a favorite song at just the right moment. These experiences can seem too precise to dismiss. Are they coincidence? Or are they a gentle nudge from beyond, reminding you that you're not as alone as you think? There's a quiet beauty in this idea, that those who cared for us may still care with us. They don't want to scare us or interfere with our path. They just want to reassure us that they're okay, and that we'll be okay too. If you've ever wondered how to recognize when someone from the other side is trying to reach you, it helps to understand the way they communicate. It's rarely through loud, dramatic gestures. It's subtle, a flicker of memory, a phrase that repeats in your head, a coincidence that feels too precise. For instance, you might find objects appearing in strange places, feathers, coins, or even a photograph you hadn't seen in years, suddenly showing up when you're struggling most. These symbols aren't random, they're reminders. They appear when you need strength or clarity the most. And sometimes signs appear in dreams. You might see your loved one looking peaceful, or perhaps just standing silently near light. These aren't ordinary dreams. They're encounters, one of the safest ways for your subconscious to receive comfort and closure. Sometimes, though, these messages carry a sense of urgency. You might feel an unexplained heaviness, a sudden push to change direction, delay a plan, or reach out to someone. It's not fear, it's guidance. Many people describe it as a quiet but firm knowing, like an invisible hand redirecting them just in time. If you've ever avoided a situation for no logical reason and later realized it was the right choice, you might have already experienced this kind of protection. Loved ones, especially those deeply connected to us, often try to intervene subtly when danger or emotional pain is near. Not through control, but through compassion. And the more you tune into your intuition, the clearer these moments become. It's not about living in superstition, it's about living in awareness. Science reminds us that energy doesn't vanish, it transforms. That same principle may apply to consciousness. When the body ceases, the energy, the essence of who we are, continues to move. And where does love go when its vessel is gone? It returns to you. You might notice it in unexpected calm when everything feels chaotic, or in moments where you feel watched over even in silence. That isn't imagination, it's resonance. Your spirit recognizing a familiar frequency. The ones you've lost may no longer walk beside you, but they move through you. Their laughter echoes in yours. Their courage strengthens your own. And sometimes they reach through the invisible, not to pull you back, but to help you move forward. Take a breath right now. Think of someone you've lost. Someone whose love still lingers in your thoughts. Remember their face, their voice, the warmth they brought to your life. You might notice a certain stillness, almost like the air shifts for a second. That's awareness. That's connection. You don't need to chase signs or perform rituals to find proof. The real evidence is the peace that comes when you open your heart to the possibility that love doesn't disappear. It evolves. If something you've heard so far resonates, if it's brought you a little comfort, a flicker of hope, or a sense that your loved one might still be nearby, take a second to tap that like button. It's not for me, it's for you. Because when you acknowledge what touches your soul, you strengthen that bond within yourself. And if a story or feeling came to mind while listening, write it in the comments. It's not just sharing, it's healing. Sometimes putting those moments into words helps your heart process them and invites others to feel less alone too. In a world full of distraction, it's easy to overlook the quiet messages that life sends. We scroll, we rush, we analyze, but rarely do we pause. Spirit doesn't shout over chaos. It speaks through silence. When you allow stillness, when you truly listen, the guidance becomes unmistakable. You might sense it through synchronicity, those uncanny patterns where everything aligns perfectly. Maybe you meet someone right when you needed support. Maybe you see repeating numbers when making a difficult choice. These aren't coincidences. They're confirmation, like a spiritual breadcrumb trail guiding you toward clarity. Memories aren't just pictures from the past. They're emotional signatures. Every time you recall a moment with someone who's gone, you reawaken that energy. That's why some memories feel so vivid. They carry life within them. The act of remembering keeps that connection alive, like lighting a candle that never burns out. When grief hits hard, revisit those memories. Not to live in the past, but to remind yourself that love still vibrates through time. Every laugh, every word, every shared silence is a piece of eternity that you get to keep. There's a certain peace that comes when you stop fighting the unknown and start embracing it. The universe doesn't want you to stay stuck in pain. It wants you to evolve through it. And often, your loved ones are part of that evolution. They become guides in ways you might not recognize until you're ready. Sometimes they show up through people you meet or through moments that feel strangely familiar. Other times they appear as strength when you need it most. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means allowing love to shift shape, from physical presence to spiritual support. When you accept that, something extraordinary happens. Grief softens into gratitude. You don't have to believe in the supernatural to believe in love that endures. Whether you see it as energy, memory, or divine connection, the message is the same. Love doesn't end. It transforms, it expands, and it reminds you that every ending is also a continuation in a different form. The people you've lost are not behind you. They're within you. You carry their lessons, their humor, their compassion, and sometimes even their unfinished dreams. The best way to honor them isn't through sorrow. It's through living fully, kindly, and with purpose. If this message has helped you find calm, perspective, or even the courage to look at loss differently, consider subscribing to the channel. It's not about numbers. It's about staying connected to reminders that feed your soul. Think of it as choosing peace on purpose. And if you know someone who's grieving or struggling to make sense of strange coincidences lately, share this video with them. You might be giving them exactly what their heart needed, a sign that love never truly leaves.